people in the capacity of the government. I think on the Ebola issue, because as the opposition we were very effective in holding the government to account regarding its poor handling of chikungunya, we have effectively stepped up the preparations. We were the ones who called for a ban on travel from the affected countries, and that is now in place. There is now a ban in place from travel in those affected countries. But as you have seen, it is not a direct movement from the 3 countries in West Africa that are affected. It could come from New York. And so we have put in place now the preliminary measures in terms of checking temperatures at the points of entry and being more alert. We were the ones who called for the boot camps. That is not sufficient to say, here are the protocols. You actually have to have the health professional go back. I will check to see what they've actually done. As the opposition, we are very vigilant. We have to play, because if we go too hard on the issues, then people say you're playing politics with healthcare. So we are very cautious with how we pronounce on the issues, and we want to support the government, because this is
healthcare system to first world standards by 2030 in accordance with the 2030 Vision Plan for Health. We have been engaged since 2011 and have done a number of things, including shipping equipment. We have a blood pressure machine drive to provide 1,000 blood pressure machines to all the... No, I'm making a comment.
I'm going to get off the chest. You hear something? Because I don't want your blood pressure to go.
No.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and just this July, we hosted an international health conference here in Toronto at Sunnybrook Health Sciences Center with the leadership of the healthcare system from Jamaica or counterparts from US and UK, and with the Ministry for Implementation. Now, quite recently, with the outbreak of chikungunya and dengue fever combined, there has been quite a concern in the diaspora as to what we can do to help in resolving these issues in Jamaica. And one of my counterparts from New York had a conference with the Minister of Health a few days ago.
20 seconds, please.
And what he recommended that we could do was to assist in getting the infrared thermometers, mosquito nets, and the hazmat suits. Those are the 3 priorities that the Minister has indicated that we can do. And the Jamaican Diaspora Foundation is going to launch a drive to collect funds. We have asked the pharmacists to identify
That was a public service announcement from the big diaspora. See the bulletin again. Mr. Hollis, 2 issues. How are you going to re-examine the health system to make it accessible for all? 1. And if the health system is so good that we have first-class doctors, why is it that ministers in particular, when you get sick, the first thing you do is leave Jamaica and go somewhere in America for health care? Answer those in 1 minute.
The government that I was a part of instituted free access to health care. That was part 1 of the plan. If you are ill, you should be able to access health care without facing the barrier of cost. And that has improved the health-seeking behavior of Jamaicans. It has, however, put great pressure on the health system, certainly in terms of resources. The other side to that plan was the institution of a national health insurance scheme. We have not yet put that in place, but that will be a feature of a new JLP government. So yes, we will continue the policy of access, but we will improve how it is funded. One thing I would say is that the fact that some people choose to come to other countries does not in any way reflect on the quality of the doctors in Jamaica. What it does say is that we don't have the equipment and the technology at our disposal. And if I believe that if we had equipment and the technology at our disposal, then people would much rather prefer to get their health care in Jamaica. And you would agree with me that there are some people, even in developed countries, who still feel more comfortable in coming to their physicians in Jamaica.
Thank you,
What I
Mr.
would like to know is that there are previous administrations who have probably run down that list of the 5 Ds that you talked about today. What makes you different? What is going to make you do what you say you were going to do? And tell me why it is that I should invest more of my hard-earned dollars in Jamaica based on your plan. Thank you.
Well, firstly, I'm the first post-independence leader of Jamaica. So I was born after independence, and that is significant because my generation has a totally different outlook on what Jamaica should be. And I'm true to that outlook. I'm the only Prime Minister that has paid the political price for being upfront with the Jamaican people. I faced an election and I said to the people of Jamaica, there are going to be some difficult things that we have to do. I didn't play around and try to hide and sugarcoat what was necessary to be done to improve our country. It so happens that, as was said earlier, democracy requires that our people understand what is to be done. Many persons didn't understand and believe that the present government could do better. It has so turned out now that they have done far worse. And there is a great deal of disappointment that nothing has happened. So I believe that the people of Jamaica understand that with me, they have a leader who will tell them the truth and what Jamaica will be in the next 50 years. Some of us may not be around to see it, but we certainly must invest in it so that our children can be better off than we are in the last 50 years. And that is the essence of who I am. I am investing in the future of my country.
Mr. Holness, my name is Ken Sterling, and I would like you to explain to me, I generally need to understand this. The previous administration went to France, borrowed a lot of money to build Highway 2000. Currently, we are now in discussions with China to borrow more money to so-called fix up Jamaica. Why is it, or from your vantage point, why is it that we have never gone out to borrow money and use that money to fix some of the social problems that Jamaica is facing?